All right, welcome everyone on another great meetup session today from the community to the community. The agenda of today is existing of 5 topics, even though if you break it down, we basically have 2 main opportunities here to talk about branding and HyperDrive. As most of you know, more than a month ago now, we have actually released a HyperDrive improvement to the network, which accelerated the ingest. And today we'll have 4 storage providers or miners with us that will be sharing their best practices, their observations with the community. But first and foremost, we'll talk about storage provider rebranding, something that the community has been asking for a while. And so we'll dive into that FIP proposal in a second. And after that, we'll have Tim Zhu from 1475, Charles from FilSwan, Stephen from IPFSForce, and Peng Weng from RRmine get us or present us on their findings. All right, let's start. First of all, we love miners. It's no doubt you guys built the foundation of the Filecoin network, and it's thanks to you that we can actually fulfill our long-term vision of storing humanity's most important data. And now what the problem is, though, is that when we start talking about mining or, us being miners, that the traditional Web2 clients or the enterprise customers don't always understand what it means to be a miner. They think proof of work, energy consuming, DeFi only, no utility. Now, we all know that's not correct. Filecoin delivers real value, real utility, is green, is proof of stake, and so many other opportunities and businesses are being built on our network. So what have we done? In the last couple of months, we actually talked to a ton of miners, and it started off as initial request in the community from the community to rebrand the word miner. And so the reason there was to better connect with our actual end customers, our clients. 2 is to convey the network usefulness or the utility of Filecoin as a whole. And then 3, be a leader in Web3 world when it comes to provisioning or providing the decentralized storage infrastructure that will support humanity's most important information. And so that's exactly what we've done. In the last couple of weeks, we have actually built a proposal, and we now love not just miners, but we love our storage providers. So really, the proposal is a FIP, and we'll talk about that in a second, the details. But this is currently in last call. Basically, if you look at what we did, is we rebranded the miner terminology to storage provider terminology, because what we essentially do with Filecoin is we connect clients to storage providers. We provide a certain service, we provide a storage infrastructure, and of course, so many other services on top of that are being built. So FIP 18 is currently listed on GitHub. It's in last call stage. We've gotten some really good positive feedback so far. I recommend everyone to have a look at it. The URL is right here on the bottom, right? Look for FIP 18, and you'll see a table of the terminology changes that we are recommending. You'll see that we are moving from miner to storage provider, and we're moving from retrieval miner to retrieval provider. Of course, over time, this is a journey that we are taking together. Over time, we can improve this, and our goal is to be more aligned with what our end customers are looking for that are storing data into our Filecoin network. Also, a couple of things that we've adjusted is instead of mining block rewards, we focus on block rewards, miner pool, storage pool. We are focusing and emphasizing the storage capability that we provide to our end customers. Have a look, provide us with your feedback. So far, very positive feedback. And if everything goes well, we'll finalize this on the 20th of August. So what is the ask? Once approved, we asked the Filecoin community to adopt and help communicate these new changes. This is a request from the community. And so we are asking everyone in the community to help us with integrating this terminology in your UX, your tools, your command line, marketing assets, anything that can help us to promote this new terminology would be fantastic. as we build new marketing assets and we go after those enterprise customers. All right, so with that, again, my ask as well is have a look at the GitHub proposal, provide us with your feedback. We're here to listen and work with you on what the best recommendation is moving forward. So what is next? As I mentioned, we have 4 exciting partners today for storage providers, now that we talked about the new messaging, that will tell us a little bit more about their experiences with HyperDrive and their recommendations. And first up is Tim Zhu from 1475. I'll pass the ball to you. You can share your screen out and I will go in the background.
Cool. Thank you. So this is Tim. I will share my screen. Okay, cool. Hi everyone, this is Tim from 1475. I'm very happy to be here to bring you the presentation about Filecoin ecological development after HyperDrive upgrading. Okay, so let's see the network power growth first. From June to August, we see consistent growth on the network power, and the growth rate is still accelerating. This is pretty cool. And how about the base gas fee? We can figure out that base gas fee dropped greatly and remained stable within limited space after the HyperDrive upgrade. There are 3 main reasons. Firstly, the time limit between ProveCommit and the pre-commit messages has been adjusted from 1 day to 30 days. So miners no longer hurry to send the ProveCommit messages after pre-commit ones. Secondly, pre-commits and ProveCommits can be bunched into one message, which compresses the gas used required for selling sectors. The third reason is ProveCommitAggregate messages has added an aggregation fee. So in the economic sense, the base gas fee is locked in the certain range of about 0.13 nanosphere to 0.2 nanosphere. I will show the details later. Okay, so let's move to FIP8 pre-commit sector bench effect on reducing gas. So from our calculation, the pre-bench upper limit of packed sectors number is up to the maximum is 256, and the pre-bench efficiency of reducing gas is from 5 times to 18 times. As for the FIP13, the ProveCommitAggregate messengers, if we take 10 petabyte node for an example, we assume its sector size is 64 gigabyte. We can see the chart that the efficiency of gas reduction and the base gas fee break-even point both depends on the number of proofs benched. The more proofs you benched, the more efficiency you can reduce your gas, and everything is the difference is tiny if your sector size is 32 gigabyte. Okay, so next I will show you the network maximum capacity of the Filecoin network after the HyperDrive. As we can see, since each chip site contains an average of 5 blocks, and the gas limit of each block is 10 billion, the target gas limit of the whole network is 72 trillion. And for now, the gas use is about 50 trillion a day. So there are, it means that only 70% of the gas limit has been used. So that is to say, we have two potentials to speed our network capacity. So one is more miners using pre-bench proof aggregate messages to share sectors. The second is the increase of gas used on the network. Okay, I will do a simple calculation. If assume that everyone use sector size of 64 gigabyte, we can see the single sector pre-commit gas here about 2 million, excuse me. We can see the single sector pre-commit gas here about 1 million. So we add them up, we can have the whole gas for single sector selling is about 3 million. So the maximum number of sectors sold in a single day for the entire network can be up to 9 million, which means that the maximum daily network power growth is up to 573 petabytes, which is very amazing. Cool. So to conclude, the HyperDrive upgrade is based on the optimization of the code of zero-knowledge proof, which not only greatly reduces the gas use for sector selling, but also significantly lowers the base gas fee without changing the block gas limit. In a word, it has made great achievement in cutting down both quantity and price of gas. So the gas saving of providing distributed storage services on Filecoin network is one step of significant improvement. We believe that the Filecoin network is on the road to real data expansion, retrieval mining, smart contracts, and a decentralized storage network for the most important information on the Earth. Okay, so as for 1475 team, we have been dedicated to the construction of Filecoin ecosystem for a long time. We were honored to be one of the notaries at the first group, and we have approved 15 clients with a total of 100 terabytes real data. And in May 2021, we were granted 1 petabyte quota and was re-elected as the notary in China again. In addition, 1475 team published real data related FIP16. For now, CC sectors can only seal garbage data and fail to upload real data. Through this FIP, it avoids the waste of storage space, so as to improve storage resources utilization. With subsequent proposals in the future, it can even convert the CC sectors with real data into verified their sector, so that the sector can enjoy 10 times of power. It's a huge improvement. Okay, time's up. Thanks you for listening. If you have any questions, you can scan the QR code of WeChat to talk with me after the meeting. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tim. Really appreciate those great numbers. Definitely,
cool.
The calculation was very helpful. Anyone who has questions, please please add them in the chat. We'll see how we can respond to those questions as the presenters present. Great. Now, next one up is Charles, and thank you so much, Tim, as always. Charles from FilSwan, ready to. There you go. Thank you so much. Take it away.
Oh. Hey everyone, and this is Charles from FilSwan team. So as usual, we bring to everyone about how the HyperDrive impacts the ecosystem development. So as everybody knows that FilSwan team is dedicated to the Filecoin ecosystem development, especially on the application side. So we are dedicated to build a hyper storage and the computing solution on Web3 based on Filecoin. So this is the gas fee changes over the last year. You can see that we have a high level at around 5 nano, and at a very long time we have average on 3 nano. Recently, it's around 0.2, basically means that we have reduced 90% to 95% of gas fee. So for the development side, what does it mean when you have so much gas fee decrease? So this is the current network, which I just take a screenshot a few minutes before the meeting start. You can see that the average price is it's close to 0 per year, and the current minimum size of file is 4 GB. Actually, because the gas price become even lower, which means the burn fee become lower, people are more willing to send the small deals instead of large deals, same as a miner. Previously, like miner doesn't want to accept any deals smaller than 8 GB. So with this decrease, application developers can use much more small data, so you can retrieve faster, you can upload faster, and you give you much more space to control your application. Yeah, this is two data which is very interesting from the last 6 months. First one, keep on watching the internet network price of average miner. We have a system, signed system with over 100 miner worldwide. We recording their daily price change. So this is what we can find is the average non-verified deal price is dropped from 0.65 per year to 0.3. Basically, you save 50% of your cost while you save data. Another side is a verified deal. Even though the miner doesn't charge anything for verified deals, but it still costs the burn fee. So for now, the burn fee for the miner it's dropped from 0.2 per deal to 0.009, which is great for miners. So basically now we don't really need to worry about when we take the 10 plus data, and we maybe lost some fees due to the gas burn, which will transfer those cost saving to our application developers. So who will benefit from those changes? There are two groups of people who has been benefited directly. One is the screenshotters. As everybody knows that every 1 or 2 months, we have screenshotter competitions in the Filecoin community. Currently, we are on the 2.5 screenshot, and you can see this is the overall storage has been saved on the network. Yeah, so in this frame, we have about 700 terabytes. Previously, we have 21 petabytes globally. Imagine how much burn gas fee has been spent on those 21 petabytes. That's a huge number of Filecoins, but now it's becoming easier. And those other applications, potentially we are using those storage service on the Filecoin network. This screenshot is taken from the Filecoin community collective discussions. You can find it on the GitHub link. If you found your application is not there, you can submit it to the GitHub and get your logo properly showing here. Those are some category of services we found will be interesting for storage providers, and we just put some typical application who's working on it. The most famous one is IPFS Filecoin storage. Those ones is directly connected to the Filecoin permanent storage, which means that the reduce with gas fee will direct those applications. TechCL is very famous in the community, people using it a lot in the slingshot. And recently they have Istro and Slate, which is allowed to upload single file and images to the network. They have a bucket design, so they doing it a schedule-based their bucket to the storage network. With the gas fee decrease, now it become much cheaper. Recently, they also have developed a prototype new service called Web3.storage, allowed to upload a single file to the Filecoin network. And the good news is that that storage is free forever. The reason is because using the verified data, miners willing to selling the data with zero price, because gas is also very low, it can be ignored. The DeFi and the payment part become interesting as well, because when you're doing the DeFi, currently like Filecoin doesn't have smart contract at the moment, even though I know developers are actually working on it for the VM. So when you're doing the transfers, basically like you're doing something like payment hubs. So you need to lock some file to a hub, then on the other side, you wrap it to a Ethereum token or other blockchain token. So we know that there's some projects like CodeFi, Secure Finance, and Raptor token. So when you're doing those sending files, adding those transactions, it does cost burn fee as well. If you have very high fee on this end, then the total payment, you maybe have 5% or 6% loss previously. But now, because the gas fee is very low, you can keep 99% of value. But still on the other side, the Ethereum chain maybe cost you a lot of gas fee, but this Ethereum problem, that's not a Filecoin problem. Another interesting part is CDN access, because I know my team is building a CDN solution for different users in the global wide can faster retrieve their storage. While you're doing the storage retrieval, you also cause your burn fee to initial the transactions. So with this kind of decrease of the gas fee, which means that retrieval price will be, the total cost of the retrieval will be decreased as well. It helps the Miner team to building an even stronger distributed CDN network globally. Another two interesting things currently we are working on is the first one is working on the edge computing solutions to bring the computing data close, computing resource close into the data. LivePeer is doing something related to the video transcoding. While we are doing those works, we need to retrieve the data and upload the data from the Filecoin network. If the gas fee is too high, it will cost us a lot of fund. At the end, those become the cost for the users. Imagine some video transcoding, maybe just $1 or $2, and your gas fee also cost $1 or $2, which means that in double the cost. For now, we don't have this issue. So generally speaking, that with the gas fee decreased by the HyperDrive, all the application now become much more useful, and we can see that it make us more close to real world, and it's especially the storage part compared to AWS. When we're using verified data, we can see that we almost has unlimited advantage compared to AWS. Yeah, thanks everyone, and this is the presentation by the FilSwan team. If you have any questions, you can email to us, or you can find us on the Slack. And then you can also put the questions on the Slack channel or on the chat room. We can answer later. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Charles. Next one up, Stephen Lee from IPFSForce. Thank you for joining us today. I'll pass on the ball to you.
Okay, sure. Yes, thanks, Stephen, and hello, everyone. Yeah, let me share my screen. just wait a moment. Okay. Yeah, let me play the slides. Yeah, hello everyone. This is Stephen from IPFSForce community. Today I want to share with you about the data analysis of ProveCommitAggregate usage after HyperDrive upgraded in Filecoin network. Yeah, here I'm not showing about the pre-commit, because yeah, that one is quite easy. That will anyway save your cost of gas. If you use that the pre-commit batch. Here we're talking about the proof commit. I want to show you first. I want to show you the two pictures, which is from the filescan.io. One is about half 1 year the base fee price variations, and the bottom one is about 3 days. As you can see, if we see the last half year, we see the base fee variation is very huge. You could say it could be higher as 5 Lalo file. And after the HyperDrive upgraded, we can see it's keeps in a very reasonable level. It's around 0.15 Lado file, and seldom exceed 0.20 Lado file. It's quite stable. I think this is the first time for the Filecoin network to have the to have the gas base fee keep a very reasonable and a very stable level, and to make the service providers can really forecast their gas cost for the power growth, which is very good. And from the planning point of view and the finance point of view, it is a very good news for service providers and for the potential providers to join the Filecoin network. So, and after the HyperDrive upgraded, we see that the per day power growth is actually increased about 50%. So why the base fee is around 0.15 Lalo file? Actually, this is by design. If you go to the FIP 13s, you could say that we have a parameter here, which is fixed, which is called the batch balancer, which is 2 Lado file. And if we adopt the ProveCommitAggregate message, and your batch gas fee is actually has to be equal or larger than this one. So this is an option for the service providers to consider if you'd like to take this approach. Actually, it depends on the status and the actual network base fee, and also your total power or your power growth rate. Here, so let's come to this table. This one we actually take one example from the Filecoin notebook. I would say this is a real load. I'm not mentioning which node here, but this is a real one. We choose the data about real load and to say, if this node only use ProveCommit, or it only use the ProveCommitAggregate. Okay, this node is actually about 600 petabytes power growth each day. If we say this one, yeah, you can say next page and on the right. It means the origin line is actually, yeah, if this miner only do proof commit aggregate, so you could say that the origin line is almost keep the same, no matter the base fee is higher or lower, right? Yeah, it's almost keep about 64 or 65 this level. But if this provider only take proof commit, it's about the blue line. As you can see, if you only take the proof commit, while the base fee is lower, and the the gas cost for the power growth will be lower, and it will be higher when the gas price is higher. So we can say there's a there is a balance point which is about 1.13 and nano file. So for a miner, a reasonable decision will be if the price is higher than 0.13, it will take the proof commit and aggregate. If it's lower than 0.13, it will take the proof commit. So it's a reasonable decision for for people. So that's why we say that the gas fee base gas fee is kept the same. It's because the system is actually designed by this, and also it's a negative feedback system, and the miners will adjust it and to keep the base fee like this. And also, by the way, I want to mention, the 64 gigabytes size provider, if it's a 32 gigabytes sector size provider, it will be a little bit different. It will be a little bit higher. It about 0.15 to 19, something like this. It's almost not big difference. So let's come back to the network. We have done some statistics. So in the whole network, currently we have about 2,750 storage providers. And after scan all the providers, we say about only 770 providers adopt proof commit and aggregate messages. So only 30% of providers did it, and all other 70% providers not ever tried aggregated proof commit yet. And we will also say it's a reasonable choice actually. And we also say all the top miners actually enabled aggregate proof commit, which means all providers which power is higher than 10 petabytes enabled aggregation. This is because the miner whose power growth is higher, they would like to take this because their gas cost is higher too. But I will say that this is the only factor most people consider right now. But there is also another factor. I think that is why the small providers even didn't try this. It's because there is one factor we need to consider is about the return. So if you delay, if you use the proof commit aggregate, actually you delay the return, which means your power growth will be later proved. So yeah, you will be you will delay your block because your power is not at the due level, so your block return will not at the due level. So I have done some math here. Yeah, if you have 1 day delay of a 64 gig sector, you will about lose 0.00234 fail, which means that 1 day delay is actually likely equal to 0.059 nanofail base fee cost. So yeah, for small and medium providers, yeah, they will choose not to aggregate is because their power growth is not so fast. So if you use this, yeah, they will delay a longer time, and yeah, the rules about the block reward is also very high for them, yeah, comparing to their their cost. Their cost. So this is also one thing people need to consider here. And another factor we need to consider is that the if we consider in long run, long term, actually we will say that the initial pledge per sector currently is going down, but because we have the batch balancer fixed, so the gas burnt keeps the same. So if we do this, if we keep this, the gas cost portion might need to be revisited and adjusted later. But it's not very long. Perhaps after half a year or 1 year, we need to revisit this and adjust the batch balancer. This is one thing I want to mention here. And another thing we captured from the file FilScan.io, we said that from all the messages, if you count all the messages and to calculate the proof commit sector and the proof commit aggregate, the two messages is actually take about 95% gas. Which means that the proof actually also consumed the most of the network bandwidth. Which is also very significant. I would think that for long run, we need to think about this and continue to try to reduce this proportion in our network and to leave bandwidth for real deal and for real data storage and retrieval. So this is why the neutral project comes in. So this may not be on very top priority right now, but I would expect that this should be considered perhaps in half year or in 1 year. Okay. That's all I want to share here, and I want to remind all the providers and all the developers about from my point of view. By the way, I'm from Force. We are a Web3 infrastructure service provider, and the IPFS Filecoin is our main major area we're working on and promote the whole ecosystem. Thanks for your time. And if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat room, and I can answer this there. Okay. After my presentation, our next presenter, it will be Peng Weng. He is from the RRmine community. So, 王鹏，下一个是你来做这个演示。 好吧？
好的，好的。哎，稍等一下。能看见我屏幕吗？
现在各看不到，你刚刚可以看到，现在好像不行啊。
现在呢？
好了。
啊，可以看到全屏对吧？
对，能看到。
哎，好，那个大家好，不好意思，今天我只能讲中文，那个我英文确实口语音太差了。这里我想跟大家，很高兴跟大家来回顾一下我们雅典娜原始的一些干式费的一些改进方案。这首先是那个 HyperDrive 之前，我先回顾一下我们在整个那个干式费方面的一些做的一些改进，还有一些取得的一些效果，以及官方一些改动，一些给我们带来的一些收益吧。这个干式费的问题，这个大家刚才都一直在讲，其实我就不在这儿多说了。然后我重点说一下，我们可能因为我们从测试网之前开始就一直在参与这个网络，而且我们现在的算力其实也挺高的，所以我们一直都想在干式费这个节约上面，去得到一些收益吧。因为那个即使干式费很高的时候，我们也是在扛着压力在使劲的进行封装。我们主要通过三个方面去进行，就在那个 HyperDrive 之前，我们经过一些改进，通过3个方面去进行我们的一些干式费的优化。比如说我们自己通过一些系统，还有包括一些工作流程上的一些优化，建立一个节点的巡检机制，就是我们会不停的定期去清理我们的那个磁盘碎片，因为这个我们发现在那个ProveCommitAggregate 这个地方的干式 use， 它跟你的那个帧数节点的大小和帧数是有密切的关系的，所以我们会在节点封装的过程中，定期对我们的一些磁盘的一些不连续散去进行一个整理和一个清除。在这里我们会大大的降低我们的干式 use 的。第二个方案呢，是我们自己单独开发了一套系统，这个我们取个名字叫做错峰出行。它主要的目标就是把那个 ProveCommitAggregate 消息的那个给阻塞住，然后我们通过设置一个基准的一个base fee 阈值，然后通过这个阈值低于这个阈值，或者说到达这个时间窗口，快到时间窗口的时候，然后这个时候进行提交。通过这种方式呢，我们也确实获得了一个巨大的一个收益。我们在干式费的那个，基本我们在干式费的有波峰波谷，或者说处于一个下行阶段的时候，我们会得到一个巨大的收益。然后第3个呢，我们是结合这套错峰系统，我们会用机器学习来通过对一个干式费的未来的走势进行一个大致的一个预估。通过这个预估呢，来知道我们这个 base fee 的阈值以及我们每个消息的一个提交的时间节点。通过这一套技术结合错峰出行的一个系统，我们通过数据分析，总结发现我们的90%以上的消息都实现了一个干式费的一个巨大的一个节约。当然，这3个步骤只是我们在HyperDrive 发布之前，通过自己的努力来尽可能的一些减少，并不能从根本上去解决这个问题。根本的举措呢，还是需要通过协议实验室来进行一个改进。这个我也简单回顾一下协议实验室这些做了哪些 改动，这是也是我们很欣慰的一些，我们呢很欣慰的看到的一些改动。我们回顾一下，当时在那个，应该在3月份的时候，官方是推出了一个方案，是临时方案，把 Windows Post 消息的销毁费用做一个退还。这个当然在后边更好的措施出来以后，这个提案已经取消了。第二个改动呢，比较大的改进就是那个 Windows Post 消息的一个面下验证机制。这个呢应该是整个区块链里边应该是一个首创的一个模式吧。通过这个方式，我们当时在刚上线的时候发现那个整个所有消息的 gas usage 的都会得到一个巨大的一个降低，尤其是对 Windows Post 的那个降费的效果是非常的明显。当然后面因为全网的增速又再一次扩大，所以这个效果又被拉低了。最终呢，我们终于等到了那个 FilSwan 的那个 HyperDrive 的这个版本，我们可以把它形容成是一个横空出世的一个版本吧。这个版本其实大家都比较熟悉它的那个使用方法，以及它的一个给我们带来效果。我在这下边重点再分析一下我们的那个封装数据的一些对比情况。官方的版本上线以后呢，我们在第一时间就开始进行了我们的这个升级更新，而且我们基本上那个在那个 ProveCommitAggregate 的那个方法，这里我们使用的是官方推荐的在高于 0.15 纳的时候就使用批量。现在我们大部分的节点都已经采用了这个方案。我们通过自己的对比、纵向的对比，以及一些跟全网的一些的横向的对比的数据分析，发现我们确实得到一个巨大的一个收益。这是我们的单体成本，就是说我们基本上，整个7月份以来，我们我们的hash费降低至少在70%几以上，至少在。这儿我们在横向再抽取一个我们发现有些节点还没有使用这种批量打包的这种模式，比如我们对比一个64P 的一个节点，它每天的封装量大概在800T， 然后我们类比的一个跟它规模相当的一个节点，它的单体 gas 大概在 0.17 左右，那当然就比全网的水平以及比我们的水平都高了很多。这个地方我也不是特别清楚为什么他们还没有采用，其实我们都已经强烈的推荐使用这个版本的那个批量打包，确实有很多节点还没有开启这个功能。最后我再做一个简单的一个归纳吧。我们其实回头一下。我们云池作为目前全网应该算是比较应该是算是最大的一个矿工吧。我们将紧紧的跟随协议实验室的步伐，持续的为 Filecoin 的网络贡献出自己的一份力量。因为刚刚大家已经看到，我们其实也在官方的代码的基础上进行了一些我们力所能及的一些优化和改动。我们有理由相信，在通过广大矿工和协议实验室的共同努力之下，Filecoin 的网络会越来越稳定，越来越庞大，最终在生态落地以后走向最终的一个成熟。再次原谅我的中文，谢谢大家。
All right, thank you so much, Weng. And again, appreciate everyone helping us out this week and taking on the HyperDrive upgrade. Some great insights. It's also great to see all the sessions right after each other as new things, myself included, from each and one of you. So again, appreciate it. And looking forward to the next meetup. If you have any other questions, suggestions, or upcoming topics, or something you would like to hear more about or do a deep dive on, please let us know. Go to the GitHub Filecoin ecosystem page and just submit your questions there. We are monitoring, obviously, on a constant basis, our GitHub page and also our Slack channel. So with that, that's it for this week. Thank you, everyone, and hope to see you next month.
Thanks, Stefan. Bye-bye.